Good day, here is Sport Rupor, and today I'm gonna tell you about the mountain bicycles by Jamie's brand. Let's go! And for sure the history of this American brand is also supported by the model line, which also has been created since the late of 90s. I'm talking about the models like Coda, Dakar and Dragon, which have already captured the thousands of hearts of the riders. So let's come back to the model line and let's begin with the fulfillment of the following table. At first column we will write the type of the mountain bike. The types have a lot of differences, for example the geometry of the bicycle. For example, Enduro type has a very sharp head tube angle, and on the other side cross-country category has a very obtuse head tube angle. Then we are going to the wheel size, and here we have just two options. First is 27th wheel size and the second is 29th. The third thing is a very important part of the mountain bicycle is a suspension travel. Cross country, for example, has a suspension travel from 80 to 100 mm, and on the other side downhill category has a 200 suspension travel. Then we also divide all bicycles from hardtails to full suspension. For example, a hardtail has only front suspension, while a full suspension bike has front suspension and then rear suspension. Finally, we will talk about the materials, and here we have aluminium and carbon frames. And by the way, these two materials are not the only option by Jamie's bicycles. There is also Cro-Mo material, which really differs Jamie's bicycles from other brands, because it's not very common to use this material in mountain bikes at all. And I will mark this material with copper color, and yes, it's quite strange that I'm marking such a material like Cro-Mo with copper color. It's very strange, but okay, let's go further. Okay, let's begin with fitness category. And here I'm talking about not fitness mountain bikes as usual. I'm talking about fitness bicycles. This is the most entry-level bicycles that Jamie's has. Beginning with not hydroformed welded aluminium frame and ending with entry-level components, these bicycles is quite entry-level. It has 29 wheel size and 80 mm of the fork travel. The model, which is called Divide, is created to taste the riding in the forest or in the park, so it's just the first impression of riding. And for sure this bicycle is for a really reasonable price. Next up is the fitness mountain bike category, which differs a lot from the previous one. This category is the same entry-level category, but with more balanced geometry of the bicycles and the components. Jamie's bicycles has three models at this category. Two of them are on the 27th wheels and one is on the 29th. The suspension travel is anywhere 100 mm. Let's begin with the models which are called Trail X and Durango, because they are quite similar. The only difference between is the wheel size, because Trail X has 27th wheels and Durango has 29th wheels. These bicycles have been created for the casual riding in the park or in the forest. The third bike, which is called Helix, is a logical continue to Trail X bicycle, because it is quite the same, but for women-oriented geometry. And I will mark this bicycle for pink color in order to pay attention that this bicycle is specially made for women. Next category, which I have already discovered in GT bicycles, is called Crosstrail. This type is quite close in respect of geometry to cross-country, when the components are quite close to trail bicycles. Jamie's has here 27th wheels size, with a suspension fork 120 mm. And here is just one model, which is called Dakar. This is an entry-level full suspension bike, which is quite legendary for the Jamie's bicycle company. It exists only on the base of the aluminium frame with the using of the entry-level bicycle components. And this bicycle provides you with a great possibility to feel this full suspension bike for the reasonable price. Now let's go to the fitness trail category, which is quite more close to the trail than the previous one. But the components are also entry-level, and that's why the naming has the word fitness. The wheel size is 29-inch and the suspension travel differs from 120 to 130 mm. Aluminium hardtail, which is called Highpoint, is on my personal opinion one of the best options of the company. This is a really interesting bicycle for casual riding for sure, because it has all options in one in order to make satisfaction by riding. Moreover, the brand pays attention on the components which are used on such a bicycle. By the way, there was a model which was called Hijack, and this is the same thing as Highpoint, but it is made on the base of 27 wheel size. But the brand decided to delete this model from the model line. The full suspension model is called Fautline, and this is quite close bicycle to the previous one, Dakar. And for sure it has differences in respect of geometry, and it's quite more fun when you are riding easy trails. Then we are going to trail bicycles already, finally. Here Jamie says only the bicycles with 29 wheel size, with a suspension travel around 140 mm. The brand has a really legendary model here, which is called Dragon. This is a trail hardtail which is based on the Cro-Mo frame. The bicycle is quite strange from any angle, but it has already captured the target audience at all. Dragon has really aggressive head tube angle and a very interesting components also. Trail full suspension bicycle is called Jamie's Portal. And by the way, this is the first bicycle today based on the carbon frame also. And by the way, from this trail category, Jamie stops to play the toys. Here the brand starts to use their toppest technologies. So let's go. The first technology is called 3VO or EVO, so this is a really interesting suspension technology. It's quite difficult to calculate the number of links from the first glimpse when you're looking at the bicycle. So this technology helps you to make your bicycle stable when you are climbing. And you can also change the suspension angle on the rear with the special flip charts, so it makes you more fun to use. Now we're going to the category which is called Trail 27+. This type of bicycle could be also called as half-fat bike. And here Jamie has another legend model, which is called Komodo, which has 27 wheel size and a suspension travel around 140 mm. But the width of the rims and tires are quite more bigger than Dragon has, so this bicycle can be used off-road and all seasons, so it's a really unique bicycle on the market. And there is also another interesting Trail 27+ bicycle by Jamie's company, which is called Dragonslayer. It is fully built on the Cro-Mo frame, so it's quite more interesting bicycle, but the company decided to stop to produce this. And frankly speaking, I don't understand why they decided to stop this. The final part is an Enduro bicycle. This is a serious extreme bike, so the companies just shouldn't be entry level at all. The only brand which creates Enduro bikes with the entry level components is called Mongoose. This category has 27 wheel size and the suspension travel around 160 mm. And by the way, I can't just name this category as fully Enduro. I think that this category is sometimes between Enduro and Trail Plus categories. And this category is represented by Jamie's bicycle by the model which is called Hardline, and it has two options of the frame. One is aluminium, another is carbon. And the carbon which is used here in this bicycle is not just simple. It is called Diet Pro and it is fully high modulus carbon frame. So Hardline model is quite interesting bicycle for all-terrain riding. So that was the list of the mountain bikes by the Jamie's bicycles. So next time I will tell you about the road bicycle by this American brand. So if you like this video, please subscribe to the channel, set up the likes and share your opinion in the comments. And here is Rupor, and good luck!